Alright, so we're going to modify our Micropython game here to use now a class. Okay, and so we're going to start by defining a class, and we'll call it class we'll call it reaction time game. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to have to create a function to initialize our class. That's what this init function is. And then we, this is where we'll pass in our variables. Okay? And so for now, I don't think we'll really pass in variables. We'll just modify this to kind of initialize all of our stuff. So that's where we're going to basically create these variables. So instead of, and we'll put these up here, the min and max delay. So remember shift tab to untab. And so we're going to call it this self.led, self.button1, and self.button2. So that means that these are belonging to this reaction time game class. And then anytime we want to use the LED, we have to use that self function. Okay? And now we're going to add this check buttons function to the class. So I select it all and press tab. And I'm going to say self. And then if we want to do self.button1.value and self.button2.value like that. All right, and then finally we need one more function that we'll call run game. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to just take all of this and we're going to tab it over twice. So that's part of that run game function. Okay, and so now what we do is when we create the reaction time game, it's going to create instances of these variables, and then we're going to call run game. And so it'll go like this. Down here at the very bottom, we're going to say game equals reaction time game, like that, and we're going to say game dot run game. Is that what we called it? Where's my spaces there? Oh, underscore. Okay, so run underscore game, and let's try running it. I haven't tested this yet, so we'll see if we run any errors. Check buttons isn't defined. Right, so when we call that variable, what we need to do is we need to say self.checkbuttons. And then we also need to modify anytime we set the LED, we have to say self.LED off or self.LED on. Alright, so let's see if we caught all those errors or if there's any others left. Okay, let's try running it. Okay, looks like it's going, waiting, press the button, and it worked. Alright, another round, waiting, press the button and it worked. We'll do one more round here. I'm going to try cheating, and it looks like it worked. Cheating again. Yep, looks good. So what we've done here is we've created a reaction time game class, okay, and it kind of wrapped everything into these this reaction time game kind of class packaging here, and it has all those functions inside of here so that we can just create an instance of the class and then run those. Now if we wanted to pass in the buttons, so we can say LED pin equals 0, button 1 pin equals 1, button 2 pin equals 2. So what we've done here is we've created these to be variables and set default values for them. And so now if we don't do anything, it'll still work as expected. Oh, I want to change them here, so we'll make this to be LED pin, this to be button 1 pin, and this to be button 2 pin. And if we don't do anything, it'll just use 0, 1, and 2. Those are called default arguments for this init function. But we can also pass those values. So now I can say LED 10 equals 4, or something like that. Okay, and I could change that value. Oops. It should be an underscore though. Okay. So anyway, I think that's all we'll cover here on that. Let's make sure it still works with that change I made. Yep, looks like it's still working. Okay. And so if you want to, you can continue making additional modifications from here.